everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Laura, aka Glow with Lulu, and today I'm filming a drugstore glam makeup look. So all of the products we're going to be using today are from the drugstore and are all affordable makeup. I already have my brows done because I just filmed an eyebrow tutorial, so it's probably going to be up by the time this video is being uploaded. So if you'd like to check that out, I'll make sure to link it down below. That's going to be the only non-drugstore product that I use in this video because I used my usual go-to brow products for this step. But if you are looking for a cheap and really good quality brow product, the Maybelline Ultra Slim Brow Pencil is amazing and their shade range is pretty good. So I would highly recommend these. Before moving on, it would mean a lot to me if you guys could subscribe to my channel. And without further ado, let's get on to the video. So I think we're going to start off with the base today. I don't have a lot of drugstore primers. I actually only have one. This is the L'Oreal Magic Perfecting Base Face Primer. It's kind of just like a silicone pore filling primer. I actually really like it. I have used this a couple of times and it's actually a really good primer to just kind of fill in your pores and really smooth out your skin. I'm gonna be using a decent amount because that's the only primer that we're putting on today, because I don't really have like a hydrating drugstore primer. And I don't really know of any good ones. If you know of any good like hydrating primers from the drugstore, then please recommend them in the comments down below, because I would definitely want to look into that. Now we're gonna move on to foundation. So I'm going into the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation. I'm pretty much almost done. I used to use this all the time last summer, but I'm a little concerned that it's expired because I think it's breaking me out. I mean, I break out normally, but I think it's breaking me out more than usual. I'm gonna test it out one more time. I've been using it for the past few days and I don't know, I just feel like I've gotten more breakouts than I usually do. And I think it might be due to this, like it's probably expired or something. But it still performs really nicely and there's no like weird smell or anything, so I don't know. I'm just gonna be applying that with my Fenty Beauty Sponge. If you would like a good drugstore alternative, the Real Techniques sponge, the orange one, that one is amazing and it's really affordable. It is a bit darker than my natural skin tone, but I did self-tan the other day, so my body is a lot darker than my face right now because I don't apply self-tan to my face. I'm just gonna clip away my bangs because they're getting really hard to maintain and they keep getting in the way whenever I'm doing my makeup. So I don't really have a color corrector to use from drugstores, so I'm just gonna go straight into concealer. The one I'm using is from L'Oreal. It's their Infallible More Than Concealer. I'm going into the shade 330 Ivory. I think this would be a bit too light for me. I'm also going to, oh, definitely too light. I'm also going to use this as an eye primer because I don't have a drugstore eye primer. Yeah, I think once we add bronzer and stuff, we can probably make this work. I'm setting the eyes with the Essence Banana Bright Eye Primer. No, sorry, not eye primer, banana powder. And then to set the rest of the face, I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder. This one is in the shade Fair Light. I'm using the sponge to set the under eye concealer. I'm just gonna blend out the creases first. And I'm gonna go into the powder and just really press that into the skin. I'm gonna go pretty light-handed with the powder on the rest of my face because it is a bit too light and I don't want it to brighten the foundation. For bronzer, I'm using the Physician's Formula Butter Bronzer. This one is in the deep bronzer color. And I'm also going to bring that into the crease of the eye. It's gonna help with our eyeshadow later on. I'm going a bit heavy just because that concealer was way too light, so I really want to balance that out. I don't have a lot of affordable eyeshadow palettes. I literally only have two. This one's from Milani. It's actually from their Christmas collection last Christmas. It's called the Hyper-Pigmented Eyeshadow Palette. This is in Gilded Noir. I have used it before and I mostly use kind of like these two colors and then this purple. I kind of stuck to the purples of the palette and I wasn't blown away by the formula. And I also have this one from NYX. It's one of their foil play palettes, so it's like really metallic pigments and they're actually really beautiful. I have used some of those before and it's a really beautiful formula, but I don't know if I'm gonna use it today. So I think we're gonna start off with this light brown color as a transition shade. This is the color Entitled. If I recall correctly, I remember this didn't really do much when I tried it out the first time. It didn't really do much, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna go into my bronzer and I'm gonna use that as a transition shade. Oh, I forgot to zoom you guys in. I'm just using that Physician's Formula bronzer to really just warm up the crease. And I'm gonna go back into my bronzer brush and just really tie everything in together. And then I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into the color After Party, which is this beautiful shimmery champagne color. And with my finger, I'm just gonna pop that onto the lid. That does not look like it does in the palette. Let's try the color Don't Ask Me on top of that. Okay, that's a bit better. The metallics are not as metallic as they appear in the pan. Like, they have a nice sheen, but it's pretty subtle. And this palette swatched so much better than it is performing on the eyes. Like, I remember when I first got this, I swatched it on my stories and I was like, oh my god, this is so pigmented, I'm so excited to use this. And I used it the next day and I was like, what the hell, this is such a disappointment. Which is weird because usually it's the other way around, like shadows will perform better on the eyes than they do in swatches. Okay, and I'm going to do a smoked out wing. So I'm using the dark brown, which is the color Lust, and I'm picking it up on a clean Sigma E65 brush, so just any angled brush. And I'm going to pack this on the outer portion of the eye. I'm gonna make it into a bit of a fox eye, so I'm gonna start the eyeliner like just right here on the middle of the eye, and I'm gonna straighten it out. Okay, as I'm blending the brown out, it is shearing out. I'm gonna start making the wing. Okay, I'm going to also extend the inner corner of my eye. I think I'm gonna add a bit of the black, which is the color Dark Side, and I'm just going to apply that as close to the lash line as possible. I'm going to tightline with the Milani Stay Put eyeliner in the shade After Dark, which is just the black. And I'm going to apply this to the waterline as well. And for mascara, I'm using the CoverGirl Uncensored Exhibitionist mascara. I should probably throw this out because it's so expired, but this is gonna be the last time I use it. But I needed it for this tutorial because it's the only drugstore mascara that I have. I have these Quo lashes and I have some that I have already cut up. I used to use the like longer portion, but I have no idea where that is. I guess I threw it out, so I'm going to be using the shorter portion. These are the Quo Glamour lashes. They're the number 806. I'm gonna go ahead and apply those off camera and I'll be right back. So I put the lashes on. I feel like they didn't really do much, probably because they're too short. I mean, in person, you can see that they did a little bit, but on camera, I don't think they did much. I also tried to do like the little fox eye thing where you put your lashes a little higher up and you fill them in with some liquid liner. Also, I think my lashes were a bit too short for that, so that's probably why you can't really see that. Or maybe I just didn't know how to do it. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna zoom you guys out so we can finish off the base. I'm gonna add a bit of this bronzer topper. It's the Pixi Beauty Bronzer in the shade Summertime. It's like a shimmery bronzer. It doesn't add much color, but it just adds a really pretty sheen. For blush, I'm going into the Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso. This is actually one of my absolute favorite blushes. So nice and peachy. And for highlight, I'm going into the Maybelline Masterchrome in the shade 100 Molten Gold. This is another one of my favorites. As you can see, I've already hit pan on it. I think this is like one of the few products that I've hit pan on. Look how beautiful it is. Oh my god, it's like super metallic. Okay, now I gotta figure out what I want to do for the lips. I have this brown liquid lipstick from L'Oreal. It's from their Le Chocolat scented collection, and they're supposed to smell exactly like chocolate. I think I bought this strictly for the smell. Oh my god. Oh my god. God, this smells so good. Okay, it's a bit too brown, but I think I'm going to use it just like on the outer portions and then use like a lighter lipstick and a gloss in the middle. I haven't done a liquid lipstick in so long. I feel like I forgot how to do it. I like the applicator of this. I feel like it makes applying this really easy. I'm kind of living for the dark lip, but I just don't feel like it goes with the mood that I'm going for today. So I'm gonna use the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream. This one's in the shade London, and I'm just going to dot this a bit in the center. I think I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm actually not mad at the dark lip. And I feel like I like how cool toned it looks because it really goes well with the eyes. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and set my face using the Maybelline Lasting Fix Makeup Setting Spray. This has quickly come to be one of my favorite setting sprays. It is so good at holding your makeup on all day if you have oily skin and struggle at keeping your base matte and long wearing and keeping your oils at bay. Then I would highly recommend this because it is so good for that. But if you're dry, you would probably hate this because it does make your skin feel a little tight when you first apply it, but then after that, that feeling goes away right away. Alright, and that is it for today's makeup video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed watching as much as I enjoyed making it. I actually love how this look ended up turning out, even though I'm not a big fan of the eyeshadow palette. But overall, I think the look really tied in together. If you enjoyed watching this video and if you would like to see more videos from me, then make sure you're subscribed to my channel, like the video, and turn the notification bell on so that you can get notified every time that I post a video. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I will see you next time. Bye!